Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Anime1 back here with a new video, and today I'm here with the second part of What If Naruto was banished and had GOJO'S power. Again, the story is inspired by the Golden Fox, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to upload for a month. The thing is, the month worth of videos and scripts and everything that I had planned, the file got corrupted and everything was deleted, and after that I got sick and I was admitted to the hospital due to overwork. So it was a messed up month. This month, you could say. But anyways, I'm back and I'll be posting videos. Anyways, as I already said, there's no like goal for this series because I genuinely want to do the series, whether it gets likes or views or not. So anyways, without me blammering on anymore, let's get on with the video. Chapter 2, Going Back. Shikamaru, you can let go of me now. I wasn't trying to hurt your friend here. I'll also tell the others to come out. Soon enough, Neji, Shino, Tenten, Shikamaru, and everyone came into view. They lifted up their masks so I could see their faces. Shikamaru released the shadow binding jutsu. I decided to speak to the ninja I was behind. You can remove your mask as well, you know. She complied. Suki and her mother came out of her house to see if I was okay. Shikamaru spoke. Tsunade-sama had us to track you down. I told her it would be a drag, but she insisted that we find you. Neji stepped forward to speak. Naruto, Tsunade has requested that you return back to Konoha with us. I looked at Neji and then laughed. She requested that I come back. Tell her I'm no longer a shinobi of the leaf, and I'm no longer obligated to do as she says. Decided to speak. Naruto, she asked us to bring you back. Please come back with us. And tell me, what could she want from me? She didn't want anything for the past 6 years. Why all of a sudden? Shino spoke in his usual casual tone. Uzumaki Naruto, the 5th Hokage, wishes for you to assist us in the war with the Cloud Village. I walked past the ninjas from Konoha and then headed towards the doorway that had my fiance, who was worried. I stopped and spoke. Instead of trying to get me back and trying to fight with Konoha's battles, you should be preparing for an attack from the cloud and tell Granny that I said good luck about defeating the cloud. She will need it. Naruto, how could you turn your back on your home? It's your duty to protect Konoha, Tenten said desperately. It's not my home. It never was. The place was hell to me. I was hated by every villager in that village. I was also banished by the council. So tell me, Tenten, would you consider such a place that exiled you a home? There was complete silence. I thought so, said Naruto. Tell Granny the only way that I'll fight for Konoha if she's willing to pay for my services. My rates aren't going cheap though. Tell her I want 70 million Rio for my services and an additional 20 million bonus. Take that offer to her and then come back and let me know her decision. That's an outrageous figure, Naruto, stated. Well, I told you, I don't come cheap. I'm sure the Cloud will pay for my services no problem, since I know the leader quite personally. Shikamaru sighed. If that's all you want, then pack your things, Naruto. We will be back to Konoha ASAP. Spoke. Shikamaru, you can't be serious. That is too much money for. Neji interrupted. Well, Tsunade-sama did say no matter what it takes. Did he actually think that's what he meant, Neji? Asked Tenten. Our mission states that we bring back Uzumaki Naruto with us to Konoha. After that, it's no longer our obligation or responsibility, stated Shino. Shikamaru looked at Naruto. So you're coming or what? Naruto fixed his gaze on Shikamaru. On one more condition. What is it now that you demand? Spat out. Naruto turned to the door where his fiancé and his mother-in-law stood. They will come with me. When the word gets out that I'm fighting at Konoha's side, Cloud will send its ninjas as bait against me. At least in the leaf, I know they'll be safe. Shikamaru thought to himself. What a troublesome guy. After closing his eyes and reopening them, he spoke. Fine, as long as you're coming, I could care less who you bring with you. Naruto gave a group a huge grin, his blindfold still on. Then, let's settle. We depart in 2 hours. He walked towards Suki. She had a sad look in her eyes. Truth be told, Suki didn't want Naruto to be a ninja anymore. She was a ninja herself, but she had already retired because, well, she had lost her father. And the big factor was Naruto was the one who killed her father. About that, a little bit later. Don't worry, nothing will happen to me, and that I promise. Come on, we have to pack our stuff so we can get out of here. With that said, they broke away from each other's embrace, and then they went in their merry way to Konoha. They did. Nice. In the Hokage's tower, behind the desk of the Hokage's seat, sat a 56-year-old blonde woman who could pass for any 20-year-old doing paperwork. With a war going on and the missions to complete, she was exhausted. She was trying to find ways to end this war. She tried presenting a treaty to the Raikage, but the young prick didn't want a treaty. For the last 8 months, the war went on with no side gaining the upper ground. She honestly didn't know what the war was for, but she believed that the young Raikage just wanted to prove his country was stronger than the leaf. She felt that there were better ways to go about doing that instead of going on all-out war. Sitting with her right arm holding her head, Tsunade looked at the door as her assistant came in. Tsunade-sama, Shikamaru's team has returned with Naruto. They are waiting in the waiting room. Suzune stated. Suzune, send them in. Shikamaru and the rest of his team entered with Naruto and 2 people that she didn't recognize. When she saw Naruto, she didn't even recognize him. The blindfold had his amazing blue eyes, but she had heard something as to why he had to wear that blindfold. His blonde hair now had turned into a complete silver and whitish color. But you could still see it was him. Those whisker marks, on the other hand, never disappeared. She's trying to hold back tears, but she kept herself from falling and crying as she began to speak. Naruto, I'm glad that you could make it. I thought that you were going to turn down a request, she said with happiness in her voice. I did turn down a request. The only reason I'm here because you're paying for my services, to be honest. One of her eyebrows elevated slightly. Paying for your services? You're not doing this to help the leaf? She questioned. Naruto gave her a smirk. Tsunade, do you really think that I would fight for this village after what they had done to me? No, I'm not here to protect your village. I'm here because you will be giving me 19 million Rio for my services. She felt a pain in her heart when he said her name instead of calling her Granny. She knew that their relationship had changed. She blamed herself for that. She got mad at the fact that he was going to fight only for money. She responded in an angry tone. So, you're only going to fight for money now? What happened to that kid that fought to protect his precious people? Did you forget about that or what? He smiled as he placed his arms around Suki. I do fight to protect my precious people. That has never changed and never will. However, there's one thing here in Konoha that is precious to me. So, there is, well, no reason for me to fight. If I really want to protect them, I'll just, well, take them with me. And then I will leave. If you're not willing to pay for more services, I'll just leave and then, our life can go to normal. So, how is it? So now decide very well then. Before we can pay for his services, you must be brought before the council so that they can approve of it. Neji, can you escort Naruto's guests to the hotel? Naruto, follow me. Naruto kissed this girl. I'll see you as soon as I'm done, okay? And Suki nodded. In agreement, exiting the office. Mai and Suki followed behind Neji while Naruto and Tsunade headed to the council room. Tsunade started a conversation with a man that was an inch or two shorter than Jiraiya right now. So tell me, Naruto, who were those 2 back there? My fiancée and her mother. Naruto responded in a nonchalant tone, as if he really didn't want to speak to her. By the way he spoke, well, Tsunade could say that, well, he really didn't want to speak to her. The man who The man who walked beside her, as she had heard by Jiraiya, was the strongest man alive. And well, she couldn't deny that statement as to what she had heard. Naruto, how did you guys meet? Naruto, who never even looked at her. I'm touched that you want to know about my life, but I really don't feel the need to tell you. She hadn't expected Naruto to be this cold. She knew there was a chance that he would despise her and the village for what they had done to him. But she was hoping that he didn't. Deep inside, she was still hoping that he would be happy to return to the village, but she knew it was only her fantasy. After a minute of walking, they finally reached the council room in the Hokage Tower. Inside the big room was a long square table, and there sat 14 people. The room was caved in the sense that only light could be illuminated it enough for everyone to see their surroundings. Tsunade motioned for him to sit. She walked on to the other end of the room and took her seat. As which faced Naruto, there were 12 other members who were seated in the council room. On Naruto's left, well, they're pretty much the council members. I'm not gonna go too much over that. Tsunade was the first one to speak. Naruto, do you know why we had asked you to return to Konoha? Naruto folded his arm and put his legs on the desk. I'm here because the shinobi of the relief are weak and you need me to save their ass. Everyone in the room, with the exception of Tsunade, narrowed their eyes at Naruto. She just let out a sigh on his comment as Koharu spoke next. Uzumaki Naruto, you will show respect while you are in the premises of council. It's true that your assistance is needed, but you will show some respect. Naruto looked at the old woman and smiled. You talk to me as if I'm your shinobi. No, I don't want to show any respect to any of you here. You guys want my help, not the other way around. And besides, respect is earned and not given to obey so freely. Koharu was angry. She was about to say something when Hiyashi decided to make a comment. We have very competent ninjas. We thought that you would love the opportunity that we had presented to you. Naruto looked at Hiyashi curiously. Oh, the opportunity? What are you talking about? To become the shinobi of the leaf again, as Tsunade said proudly. Naruto looked at Tsunade. So, that's the opportunity that the Hyuga was talking about. Wow, I really don't know what to say, Naruto replied with a hint of sarcasm. The council members did not catch it. Suki, a middle-aged woman with white hair and brown eyes, looked at the cubic container with a smile. You don't have to say anything. We'll reinstate you as a Leaf Shinobi and promote you to Jonin. Seeing as you're ranked as the S rank nin in the bingo book, it wouldn't be a problem to do so. You get to enjoy your life in Konoha like you did before you left. Naruto looked at Suki as if he was going to cry with joy. I just want to say, everyone in the room was smiling. They knew that the boy would fight for them as long as they gave him the chance to return to home. There was no way he was going to turn this down. On the other hand, Tsunade wasn't fooled by Naruto's act for a minute. She looked at Naruto and knew what was coming. When hell freezes over. The council gasped in shock. They soon narrowed their eyes at the silver-haired guy right now. You kicked me out because you said that I was the reason why everyone in the Sasuke retrieval mission had to, got injured. And Sasuke is also, I was the reason that Sasuke had defected. I'm sure we all know why you already banished me, but I'm not going to get into that. As for being a shinobi of Konoha, thanks, but no thanks. Inoichi spoke. Naruto, be reasonable. What about your dream? Being a Konoha ninja would once again give you a chance of becoming Hokage. That dream died the day I was left to rot by this village. The day was also given birth to a new dream. And what was that dream? Tsunade questioned. To become the strongest in the world, the strongest that had ever existed. And since that is not a dream anymore, and it's now a reality, I have no more dreams to pursue. There was a laughter around the table from the council members as a man spoke. You may be powerful, kid, but you're not the strongest ninja in the world. Tsunade and Jiraiya are still the best ninjas around. Just because you have that fox to draw the power out of doesn't make you the strongest. Yashi spoke. That bar string doesn't sit right, and don't get cocky, kid. Who said about using the QB? Yes, it's true that I can draw his power, but I've been drawing his power ever since I was 12. I say I'm the strongest because I know I'm capable of defeating all of you here, even without the fox's power. On the other hand, you have no idea what I'm capable of. Do you know about the Six Eyes? Naruto said, as the old members like Kawaru and Homura flinched hearing that. The Six Eyes, huh? Tsunade said, as he was the one to answer Naruto. It's a legendary dojutsu of the Uzumaki clan. The first Uzukage possessed it, and then the second. The third, unfortunately, couldn't inherit the eyes, but it was said that the first Uzukage had completely mastered the Six Eyes, along with another Kekkei that he received, the Limitless, was said to be stronger than Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju. Everyone in the room gasped, except for the two elders, as they spoke. That's preposterous. Stronger than the legendary Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju? One of the council members said. And Tsunade nodded. Yes, and it's true. Only few members of the Uzumaki clan know about this. But, Naruto, are you saying that? Yes, you could say I am the second coming of the first Uzukage. I have the same abilities as he did, the Six Eyes and the Limitless. But I'm pretty sure I've gone through more things than he has. That's why I call myself the strongest in history. It's not an exaggeration, trust me. Naruto says as he, just put his leg down off the table. Well, if you do want my services, and I will aid you in this war. I'll tell you even some information about, the Raikage, if you want. Because he and I have quite a bit of history. But I only tell those things if I get 19 million Rio for my services. In this, I'll give you all the information about the cloud that I know, and also, I'll also fight alongside you guys. Trust me, if you want to win against the Raikage, I'm your only shot. Naruto said that as he looked at all of them. So, what will it be? Everyone in the council, after hearing that Naruto had the same abilities as the first Uzukage, was now contemplating whether this was a good decision or not. You're lying. Maybe you're just bluffing, said Hiyashi as he looked at Naruto. The Six Eyes, I've read about those. They have clairvoyant vision, just like the Byakugan. I can see at a major distances, can see your chakra pathways. Isn't that right? Said Hiyashi with a smirk. And then, even though you have a blindfold on, you could probably see me, right? Naruto nodded. Yeah, I can see you as clear as day. And I can also tell that you're about to activate your Byakugan so that you can see if what I'm saying is true or not. Naruto said as Yashi's eyes widened. What? Yashi thought in his mind as Naruto smirked. Now, you really think I was lying about something like that? I got my title for a reason, and I don't need a QB to do anything. Actually, to be honest, he and I are on good terms. Well, at least for right now, that is. Naruto said. I just stood up. Now, you all discuss among yourself whether you want my services or not. And then, if you do want, you can, just transfer into my bank account and I'll be here. No sweat, okay? Naruto said. As before he was about to leave, Kawaru spoke. Fine, she said, as Naruto smirked. Would you look at that? Naruto said, as he turned around to look at Koharu. Fine then. As soon as I get the money, at least half of it, let's do this, okay? So half of it give me right now and I'll start paying for his services. And then after we win the war, you can give me the other half. Naruto said, as in a nonchalant tone, as if it was a matter of fact and a no-brainer dealer or something, as they all looked at him and, nodded. Very well then. As soon as the money gets to my bank account, I'll, do whatever you guys say. Naruto said as he just simply waved at them and vanished. Did he just teleport? One of the members in the council said. Yeah, looks like it. This is so bothersome. Shikaku, Nora said as he simply scratched his head. This was getting too bothersome for him. Tsunade sighed. For one time, I agree with Shikaku. We don't know shit about his powers. And he says that he's as strong as the first Hokage. This might be a problem. She thought in her mind. She knew for a fact that she was nowhere near her grandfather's strength. And the first Hokage was said that he could surpass, the likes of Hashirama Senju. So, that certainly said something. And Naruto considered Raikage a threat, so even that had to say something. Who was the Raikage? She knew his name, but, the way it sounded, Naruto had a long beef with him. The Raikage was none other than a man named Ryomon Sukuna.